Yes, top of the evening. How we looking? How we sounding? Source experience on deck. On deck. Man, we already got somebody in here. Hit the like button.
He's not using it to store water. He's turning it into something.
Hit the like button, man. If you in here already, by all means, hit the like button. Hopefully, I'm in the basement tonight, literally. During the week, it's real busy around here. So they got me in the basement. Right? I took it back to the foundation. This is where I started out. Hey, do y'all remember that time? What's going on, good brother? I already know you hit the like button. But Tom, do you remember? We came a long way now, Tom. Look, but I'm down here in the booth. Remember the booth, Tom? Look. Remember the booths? Look, I'm down here in the booth tonight recording. Right? I haven't been down here in quite some time. Right? Because I really wasn't. This wasn't going to be like. This was just a spur of the moment joint. This was just a spur of the moment. Right? Tom says I remember. This was a spur of the moment type live tonight. Because I felt like I just want to discuss what I've been breaking down, exposing the fact that a lot of these guys that do content, they're not really doing numbers. They're not doing numbers. And I put my receipts out today. Looking back should always give you the motivation facts. Not only does it give me the motivation, it keeps me grounded. And it just has me like on some I'm really killing these dudes. I'm killing this shit. Right? Right. And I get to the understanding as to why certain people move and give it up the way they give it up. All right. But nonetheless, let's get to a couple topics. All right. For whatever reason, man, the service, like I said, the service down here is crazy. All right. There's no internet down here for my phone. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I can't remember. I haven't really did nothing down here in quite some time. But I don't never remember the service being like this down here. It is what it is, though, man. Right. So I think if the service is like this, I can't give y'all the behind the views. I was trying, but I don't have internet service down here. Yes, it says no connection. There's no connection down here. But hopefully you guys are seeing the live stream good. But that kind of got me nervous as to wanting to share screens. Right? I really don't want to share the screen because I'm kind of nervous if I share the screen that the service might get loopy. But we'll go for it. We'll see what's up. All right, y'all see that good. Okay. Three in the building. Let's get some lights going, y'all. Let's get some lights going. I can't really tell how the feedback is sounding, but I want to play something that Ari Spears said closing out the year. I'm going to find it. Here it is right here. No, this isn't it. Damn, all his giddy ups look the same. He was in Dallas. I just recently started following him. Here it is. Is this it? Nah. Yeah, here it goes.
Man, I'm here in Dallas, and I just literally finished watching on the flight over Dave Chappelle's
It's gonna be
new
buffering.
special, and everybody's been chiming in on it. So here's my take. You know, I gotta tell you, man. Before I saw the special, because I know he performed at the Riyadh Festival in Saudi Arabia, as did I. And one of the criticisms was people constantly saying, "Oh, you guys are over there getting that blood money." Now, before I saw his special, I hand to God, I actually was going to include something that he kind of said, damn near word for word. But I saw the special today. And I got to tell you, white people's hypocrisy and white America, and I say this with all due respect, white people and white people's hypocrisy is beyond fucking astounding. How quickly do we forget? So when you go, y'all over there getting that blood money, when is America's money never had blood on it? And let me tell you something. I've been doing stand-up 36 years. Twice, I've been to the Middle East finally. I've been to Europe twice, and I'm going back for a third time in 2026. But the mass majority of the money that ends up in my pocket is American money. So again, when has American money never had blood on it? This country was literally built off the bloody backs of my people. Free labor for 400 years. Prison system. Everybody knows that oftentimes black people receive harsher prison sentences and lengthier prison sentences than committing the same crimes as their white counterparts. And the American prison system is big business. So again, when has America's money never had blood on it? White America, stop it. Your hypocrisy is breathtaking.
All right, this is my topic tonight, man. I ain't gonna be here long, but I just wanted to speak on this, man, because to me, man, he was so spot on. People love to point the finger, and look, y'all thought I was gonna just talk about white people. No, it's not about white people. It's just about the game itself, right? And what he was saying, blood money, right? A lot of the people that's at the top that look down, especially these gatekeepers, their hands are the dirtiest in the game. They have done some of the foulest things in life, stabbed people in the back, betrayed people to get where they're at. That's what this is about. But when I watched this, what he said about the hypocrisy and blood money, I was like, this is spot on to what I want to discuss tonight, right? And the reason why I want to discuss this is because as a content creator, that's why I started the War Eagle Council. I just felt like a lot of content creators have no honor. I sent somebody something today, right? And I was like, look, this guy has been stealing my content, speaking points for so long, right? That now, right, when I kill him, because I kill him every day now, right? I really throw him underneath the bus every day. But now he can't even hide it no more. I put out a special edition with Gumbo and CW for a reason, because I want to show my stamps when it pertains to speaking on boxing and having a point of view on a fight and a narrative. And I was like, look at this guy run with it, right? I talked about the fact that Shakur beat the brakes off of Teofimo Lopez, and they did him like that for the disrespect. They did him like that for the disrespect, right? Now, nobody was really on that type of time, right? Nobody was highlighting that, right? Until I did the War Eagle Council, and I was like, yo, nah, if you pay attention to what Wally said, right? See, when you act the fights, you don't get to see what the television is putting out, right? So when you do get a chance to play the playback or you watch it and you see Wally telling him, no, stick to the jab, right? That's basically letting them know, like, nah, don't step on this dude. Don't give him the easy outs. You're going to carry him, beat him up for 12 rounds. He was very disrespectful Thursday to your mother, to us as a family. So we're going to teach him a lesson. And that's what they did. But like I said, a lot of these guys, the boxing crow community, it wasn't on that type of time. And to me and my brothers, the War Eagles pointed that out. And this just made me think about that, right? Because it's like so many of the boxing content creators, right? That's all they do. They steal. Blood on your hands. You steal people's work. And then you don't have the decency to even acknowledge them. You don't even have the decency to acknowledge them. But I know why now. Like I said, I've been doing the Ice Road Trucker. The Ice Road Trucker, like I said, today I had 39 people top. And I did almost 4,500 views with 39 people. So when you guys be sitting online acting like you're speaking to 200 people when you go live and your live streams don't do those numbers, I told you when I had 130, I think 100 and something, I did 35K. It was organic. Some of you guys be having more than that, and you're not hitting the 30K mark with views. Things that make you go, This is the boxing community I'm speaking on. You guys be, lying. And it has trickled over to the game now. It definitely has. But Ari, you were spot on with the hypocrisy of certain people, the audacity, right? The audacity. You are foul as swine. And you have the audacity to look down on somebody that you watch put it together. And that's why I look at a lot of you content crows, and you can never come back over here, right? Stay in the bushes. I don't want your fellowship. Look, I started out down here, and I ended up upstairs. But I came down here for a reason tonight, just to show the growth without the views that you always talked about, right? Without the views, still able to put it together. So let that just soak in, man. But let's get over here to a couple more topics, man. Smash the like button. Likes are free. Now it might be buffering, cause like I said, this is debate, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be buffer. I have no phone service, but I do want to touch on a couple videos. Yeah, see. I'm not gonna play the full video, but I'm gonna stop it right. These guys cover boxing. They were at the fights. They go to all the fights. They do a phenomenal job of marketing their events, right? And I just felt like sharing their content because I think not enough quote unquote boxing content creators do this because they don't, And I was breaking this down with my guy. I was like, yo, if you really want to go viral, share people's content. That's all it takes. But every boxing, it's just like all the boxing people, especially, they don't like to share nothing. They have the crab in the barrel mentality. But that's the four corners right there. I just, share. I share content. It's one thing that I do. They could never accuse me that, man, this guy is a star. I was talking to somebody. You see the push is on. He's big, 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 big right now, man. Now, this video right here is very well put together because he said it was going to be the Shoo show. And he definitely came through with that. I got to applaud him. I watched it. The Shoo show. He definitely did. And as you can see, he's big, big, big. It's only going to get bigger. They're only going to keep pushing him and marketing him now. Oh, this right here. Yeah, let me play this. Right, look at him. These guys, I think they're about 5 weeks now. All males, pit bulls. They're pit bulls. Energy. Man, they came out real good and healthy. These two look just like Shango and Kayla. Right? Yeah. A lot of personality. Now these two are a little lighter. But damn, they are beautiful. That's our first batch. Kayla. Right? And Shango. See the white boys, they're a little lighter. They're all from the same litter though. She kicked out all males. Look at them. These two look just like her and Shango. Same color, everything. But two came out kind of albino.
This boring. Could have turned up the gas and stopped him, but he beat him, bro. He
beat him up. He did him on some Muhammad Ali. How Muhammad Ali did, homie, when he said, "What's my name?"
What's
my name?
Yeah.
He beat him up. He just beat him up. I seen guys try to run with that, man. Nobody was speaking about that, man. How he did him. Right? That's how he did him. He did him like Ali. Remember when the dude told him he called him Cassius Clay? And Ali punished him. Kept saying, "What's my name?" That's how Shakur did T.O. Now I'm hearing T.O.'s retired and all of this. Man, you ain't retired, man. The other day you said you was moving up to the welterweight division. Right? You got to make up your mind. You got to make up your mind, brother. What do you really want to do, man? Are you quitting or not, man? How's the content looking, y'all? Am I lagging? I can't even tell. But this live basically was, I just want to show my range now. I want to show a day in the life of Sauce. You see how many lows did I do earlier? For those of y'all, a lot of y'all watched those lives. I had, between the two, I would maybe 6,000 views, close to 6,000 views, low like 50, 5,800, right? 75, upwards of 75 likes. So y'all watch that, the Ice Road Trucker, right? Now I'm here, giving y'all a little professional stream where it started at, right? I still got the board right here. I can go to the board. If I needed to do like, a seminar or breakdown, the board is right here, right? But like I said, I'm not going to stay on that long because I'm going to go to the gym. The other live stream will be at the gym. I'm going to pull up to the gym. We got a new talent coming through tonight. And I definitely want to check them out. Right? Look, I'm sipping on my water. Look, this is the other half of my half a gallon, remember? Those of y'all that was in there, right? Look, got my water intake in, right? This is the other liter. Getting down on it. Look, halfway there, right? See, I'm not drinking too much down here because I don't want to have to run out and use the bathroom. I want to finish this live stream up, and then I'll, dip off to the bathroom. That right there got Frank Martin on February 21st. That knockout. He was highlighted for knockout of the year, but he did not win it. Ryan Norman Jr. won it. But man, he flatlined Bartholomew. And he's a player now at 140. And from what I'm hearing, he got a tough fight against Nair, all right. But then he should be fighting for a title, man. Whose title? We gotta wait to see. 4 in the building. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. See, these are what the boxing live stream constantly produce, right? But this is a little mix of everything. But yeah, he should definitely be getting a title shot real soon. But this is the grand finale right here.
Yo, shot. You said Shakur was pussy. How you feel now? What you talk? What you think you still could be? I went against you the last fight. I was totally wrong. I humbled myself. I was there. You killed.
That's O'Shaquie Foster. Now, if you know the history between these two, right? O'Shaquie Foster really doesn't have no love for Shakur like that. They sparred. O'Shaquie said he got the best of him, right? O'Shaquie, I think he's at 130, maybe 135. He is a legit champion with Top Rank. He says Shakur is friendly. That's that Texas terminology. Any Texas guys in here? He said he's friendly. He's a friendly fella. But he said Shakur's pussy. He wants to bump. But my thing is this: you see where they're going with the content now, right? They're now pulling. A lot of you YouTubers are going to have to do reactions to Cameron and this what it is and Mason and stuff, because these guys are the wave now. This is where a lot of the boxers are going to. They don't go to YouTube. I'm telling you. No disrespect to Millie City and Cigar Talk and all these guys, but the YouTube boxing wave is dead. It's been dead because, like I said, there's too much YouTube boxing community with no real elevation, no real support. And these guys, like Cams and the other channels like them, they mastered your formula of buying bots and shit like that. But what they do is they have a bigger budget behind them. They're like you guys, but on steroids. So that is why the boxers are going to them now and not you guys. And I say you guys because I don't include myself with that. If you pay attention, I've been a while back. I've been stopped trying to do interviews with fighters. I don't I've been distancing myself from that. Like, I know my value. I've been stopped. Always trying to, do these interviews. And I think I really started to fall back when I knew, and I spoke on it a little bit, but I don't speak on it too much. When the powers that be, people like that I call gatekeepers and dry haters, they was always trying to sabotage my interviews. I used to be like, yeah, you niggas is just weak, man. So we'll see how I kick it now. But last week I did do a fire interview with Buddy McGirt. I chopped that one up. I do it when I want to, but I don't really be reaching out no more. I don't. I'm above that now, and I like to see the guys that overlooked me when I was putting in a lot of that work, developing fighters and marketing them like that. Now I just get out the way. I let a lot of you guys that overlooked me go to the gimmicks, because the gimmicks, they don't have it. The shows. A lot of these guys, I seen them. They was at the fights. They were so fanboyed out and weird. Like, when they would see, because a lot of fighters was there. I seen countless fighters, old, current, legends, just about who's who was in the building, right? But when you see some of these quote unquote cool content guys that do views and how weird they were moving, I was like, yo, this is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all wanted, right? If you notice, the whole week, the only content that I put out, like my content, was with my cousin Buddy McGirt and Amani and the guys at the gym. Other than that, everything else was literature. I didn't post no highlights from the fights and attendance, none of that. For what? We created our lane, and we are thriving in our lane now. And that's what you see right here. But more of the boxers aren't coming to YouTube anymore, because they know the guys that they're going to YouTube really don't have no motion.
What the fuck Cool Boy is thinking with them Timberlands and them corduroy shorts on? He wore Timberlands. That ass, he was wearing Timberlands. He was wearing beef and shorts on and the fight. Shocky and his team sat next to me. Y'all was very gracious with me. Y'all gave me about 7. I told you, and it wasn't crazy. So, I deserved at least 14. I told you so.
We'll go to the whole post. So I want y'all to hear him say that Shakur is.
Yo, shot. You said what you just say. Now what? What you gotta say now? And first of all, I got a disclaimer. I went against you the last fight. I was totally wrong. I humbled myself. I was there. You killed the nigga. Killed Cool Boy. I don't know what the fuck Cool Boy is thinking with them Timberlands and them corduroy shorts on. He wore Timberlands. That ass, he was wearing Timberlands. He was wearing beef and broccolis in the fight. I was like, what the fuck going on? He had some fucking basketball shorts on and shit. I picked the wrong fight. After the fight, Shocky and his team sat next to me. Y'all was very gracious with me. Y'all y'all gave me about 7. I told you so's, and it wasn't crazy. So, I deserved at least 14. I told you so.
A lot of shade on Shakur.
But you look really good. That was another great boxing master performance you did against Cool Boy. It was tremendous. But when you was on the show last time, you didn't really respect Shakur. Where you at with him right now as seeing that fight last night?
Man, I'm still in the same position. He pussy to me, and it ain't gonna change. I understand this. Look, I understand this. Look, he had a great performance against.
Stop it. Remember, Shakur, but I do. And Cameron and them had issues. Look, Cam and Mace are kind of sticking up for Shakur on this. Remember, they wasn't feeling Shakur or Jay Prince. But now look, they kind of hold Shakur. Another point. He said T
had great performances, but he's also had terrible performances against Southpaws that, he's had great performances against Southpaws, but he has terrible performances against Southpaw. I ain't taking nothing away from bro, but, I just did the same thing to my opponent a month ago. So, we need to, I feel like we need to bump.
I ain't gonna lie, you put on. It was a very, very similar performance. I'm not gonna lie, it was very, very good. But come on, man, he pussy. You gotta cut it out, shot. Murder.
Yo, Kevin, I'm sticking up for Shakur now. Yeah, that's crazy. Remember, they was killing Shakur. Remember that? So to see this, I was like, okay. So to see that, it's hilarious. And look, you can see some of the crows is in the comments.
Like, how you gonna say you did the same thing a month ago? That Cool Boy is not Tiafimo.
Now Cool Boy, not Tio.
Yo, this is hilarious. Yo, they said Cool Boy's no Tiafimo. He's not. Mace is getting his boxing weight up. He's not. Tiafimo was the 2-time lineal champion. Some say 2-time undisputed. I think Cool Boy was a unified champion, right? At 126. He was unified. Monster Inouye did him dirty. Right? Monster Inouye did him dirty. Right? No, Cool Boy's, I think, a 2-time champion. Well, he's a little guy, 122, 126. Unified in one of those divisions. Tiafimo was undisputed. 2-time lineal. So Mace, you was definitely spot on with that, man. Mace, you was definitely spot on with that. Malik, boxing been dry. It's not, Malik, it's not dry. It's just that all of these guys are scammers and frauds. Their numbers don't add up. The Ice Road Trucker Series has exposed that. Like I said, I had 14 people when I was driving the trucks doing deliveries and drop-offs. I did almost 1,500 views. I had 39 people. The one before that, I damn near did 5,000 views. So these guys that sit online that talk to 200, 300 people, they're not even cracking those numbers. The jig is up, man. The boxing jig is up, man. See, these guys want to be the boxing voice. They want to be showbiz. You notice, right? These are the guys that have real sponsorships and buzz. The rest of these YouTubers are scammers and frauds, and it's showing now. Like I said, they're going to be in trouble because the Ice Road Truckers is going to really start transferring over. And when those live streams transfer over and I get 100 real soldiers with the War Eagles, they're in trouble. Like I said, these guys been doing this shit for too many years with fake views and bots and subs and sitting around for 5 hours, 4 hours live streaming, only having 200 views. You damn near have 3, 30, all these 7, 8 people on the panel, and you're not cracking thousands and thousands of views. Yes, boxing has been dry, Malik, but the online boxing scene is what's really dry. It's filled with too many crows and jealous ass fans that are exposed now. But shout out to Shockey on It Is What It Is. I'm pretty sure Shakur's going to respond. You know why? Because this is a big time platform. Everybody's going to be talking about that if they ain't already. I may be late to the party, you know? Because like I said, I'm going to go to the gym in about maybe another 10, 15 minutes. So I haven't really been messing with a lot of the boxing content. He said, why K. Davis pump faking and calling out there? I don't know. Malik, boxing narratives and boxing topics don't move the needle. I don't. I don't really get it. Like the fights when they have big fights like Madison Square Garden Saturday night, that kind of moves the needle because you're gonna get all the clout people that want clout. We seen it Saturday, right? It bought $1 million worth of game out. Like I said, there was so many celebrities and who's who at the fights. That type of stuff, brings them out. But this random Devin and the fight and that shit, that's the YouTube chilling circus shit, man. That's the chilling circus shit, man. That's the YouTube chilling circus shit. I don't know. Who's gonna pay for that fight? Is that fight in high demand? Real talk. Is that fight even worth mentioning, right? Keyshawn just fought at 140. Devin is a champion at 147. Real talk, like he beat Jermaine Ortiz at 140. Yes, he stopped him. Looked very impressive, but Devin's a whole weight class above. That was his first fight at 140. Right? We gotta wait to see. I don't jump out there on shit like that. We're not doing that. Turk paying. Is he? Is he? Who said he's paying? I don't know. I haven't seen nothing on it. I ain't really following it. I haven't seen nothing on it. I haven't seen nothing on it. I know, shout out to Keith One Time Thurman. Yo, one time, I looked out for you, brother. Me and my guys, we looked out for you. They dropped your fight date, right? Who was talking about you one time? Who said you was the man one time? Don't forget. See, Keith. I always respected you, Keith. You know why? You was the real one, right? I don't front on the real ones that always show me love. I remember.
You can beat me, man. I'm a real one. I'm here. I'm waiting. I've been beaten in the amateur. I've taken L's before. We haven't taken L's in years, bro. Because we perfected the game, And when we're in the ring, we're not just fighting and just beating people up. We're outclassing them. We're finessing them. You know what I mean? As my trainer said in Bed Genny, smart fighters win, dumb fighters lose. He never said strong fighters win, weak fighters lose, fast fighters win, slow fighters lose, smart fighters win, dumb fighters lose, okay? Yeah. I fought a smarter fight against Danny Garcia, won that. I fought a smarter fight.
Salute, Keith, you're back in March. I'm rocking with you, Keith. I'm rocking with you. Because I always remember you giving me that fire interview right there. Fire sit-down interview, right? And I didn't even have everything that I have now going on, Keith. And I always remember that. I always remember that. And I also remember the drop we did, Keith, at the Barclays? When you said, I ain't afraid to let it go. I'm a hungry dog. Fire. I always remember that. You are official. And will always be official in my eyes, Keith. So March, your date got dropped. I think it's March something. I hope you knock Fondora off, man. Because I think if you knock off Fondora, 154 is wide open. If you, like I talked about this morning, if you knock off Fondora, you could bring all the old guys back. You could bring back Charlo, maybe EJ. But if you don't knock off Fondora, 154, that is over for y'all. And 160, is going to be over for y'all because the young boys is about to take over 160, right? You got the Jihad Tuckers, the Troy Osleys. Those guys is at 160. They're going to take over 160 because Janabek might be getting stripped. Janabek might have to come up for a couple of those belts. So boxing is shifting right now. The younger guys are getting they turn now. The older fighters, he said Keith is washed up. So is Charlo, so is Earl Spence then. If Keith gets washed up by Fondora, right? We could forget about Charlo coming back around, and we could definitely forget about Earl Spence coming back around, right? He said EJ's the only one that can save the old team. No, he can't either. he can't either, Malik. I know that's your guy. You're a diehard Spence guy. He can't either because he's not active. Look, he's Keith Thurman. How Keith Thurman used to kill Keith Thurman, he turned into Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's more active than him now. He can't do it. They need Keith to catch a break. If Keith catches a break against Fondora, he can bring the old guys back around. They can recycle these fights. But if he doesn't, it's a wrap. Call out. How's the content, y'all? I was cooking again tonight. I came down to the original setup down here, man. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I haven't been down here in so long. I did not realize that you get no phone service down here. I literally had no phone service, right? But listen, great live again tonight for y'all, man. We working. We getting to the motion, as always. I'm going to the gym now. So now I think I'm going to have a lot of y'all in the bushes. Because I'm going to do a little something in the gym. I ain't going to stay on that long at the gym, but I definitely will be in the gym getting to the vibes, right? But this is the Source Experience. The news by Shadows, marketing, management, media, consultant agent, stats, stamped and certified all over the game.
What's going on, Coach? What we looking like? What we looking like, Coach?
Gave the audience 7 rounds of a boxing clinic.
That's right.
8th round, we took them out.
That's right.
Easy breezy.
Yeah.
This is the Source Talk with Keyshawn Davis.
The Source Talk, okay.
First off,